Hey everyone, Brandon Jones here with Daniel Bloodworth, about to talk Assassin's Creed Origins, which Ubisoft is definitely going to want to talk about at Gamescom. And you got to sit down, you got to play an hour of Origins that we are going to watch an abridged version of right now. And you're going to tell me all the awesome stuff we're seeing.
Yeah, for sure. So for Gamescom, they brought us to a completely new area, which is great to actually, get to see more of the world. And this is Memphis. So it's, more of a city, more temples, more guard outposts and all of that. And they also told us a little bit more about the setup of the story. It's a nice little cat there. And so you basically have three main rulers involved. You have Cleopatra there, and you have, and she's been exiled at this point. And then there's Ptolemy, who is the young pharaoh who's in power for now, and then there's also Caesar, and this is 49 BC.
Yeah, right.
And so Caesar is basically aiding Cleopatra to help her get back in charge. And then this is Aya, who is Bayek's wife, and so they're, even though there's not really assassins yet, they're basically both assassins, and she's in service to Cleopatra.
Bayek.
The High Priest's wife has been poisoned. Her seer claims that her poisoner is our enemy.
The lizard.
I believe so.
The Apis bull is also at the point of death. Let's go to the temple. We can speak more of your dreams on the way.
Yeah, so this is the main mission that they had for us here. So to investigate who's been doing this poisoning.
So yeah, interesting, following the last game where you had two, a male and female protagonists. So yeah, maybe what they're hinting at here, it seems like they would sell that a lot more if that was the case.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's just kind of exclusive to maybe some parts of the game if you do get to play as her.
Yeah, I'm really curious, both on whether you get to play as her and how their relationship's going to play out, because we've never really had that dynamic. Assassins don't have wives. For the
well, you said they're both assassins.
Yeah.
You just strolled up and signed up to be an assassin. But we know the big thing that they're selling is this the beginning of the Assassin's Guild. So, did they get into at all how they get to be assassins or why?
Yeah.
Was she the assassin first and wrangled him into it? Who knows? Is that still a big question mark surrounding this game about what led to the creation of the guild?
Right. Yeah. Well, and then I think the thing that I'm probably even more curious about is, obviously this is way before anything that would be called the Templars. So, how does that play into that? Who are your enemies, and what kind of link can be established?
Yeah, maybe they're just Templars in name. Basically, that was just kind of their moniker later, but it's pretty much the same people. Or maybe this organization took over the Templars or kind of wormed their way into it. These structures are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Definitely a different looking environment. I like that she's pushy just like you. She's just get out of my way, NPC.
Yeah, those animations sometimes make me feel bad. I'm I'm just trying to get through. I wasn't trying to shove people around. But yeah, this is really interesting to see all the flowers and palm leaves laid out.
Where should we begin?
Check the god's enclosure. I'll speak to the priestesses.
Of course. Give me the dung heap job.
Yeah, so it's got a little bit of investigating to do. Let's interrogate people.
Hey, do you feed the Apis bull?
No. Them girl priestesses take care of all of that.
Do you know where his fodder is kept?
In that building over by the stairs. But they shut it up last week when the bull got sick.
My thanks. The bull's sickness could come from his food. But it is too soon to say. I need more evidence.
So yeah, a mission where you're going after bull excrement is an easy one to make fun of, I'll be honest. They're just opening themselves up here.
I think, yeah, it's interesting that they didn't go with any kind of detective vision or anything here. They just put icons on what looks suspicious. And then here it took me a little while to figure out what I was supposed to do. It's like, oh no, just bash down the door. They told me. Like, okay, I can do that.
Peach pits. If the Apis bull was fed with these, that would explain his sickness. And the necklace here. One of the twin priestesses wore something like it. Let us see if the other is missing a weight from around her neck. As I thought, one priestess is missing her necklace.
Question him? No. I will find this farmer, and I will deliver to him the justice of my blade.
Wait, won't you speak with him first?
No need. The denunciation of those sworn to the twin goddesses is enough. He has sinned against the god. He must die.
My...
This is a subtle way of poisoning an animal.
My sisters, this is surely an accident.
One, maybe. But not a bushel.
We had to save Pantrates!
Hey! Who?
Our brother! Bandits ripped him away from us as we walked in the market. They forced us to poison the god. They told us they were going to feed our brother to crocodiles in the sweet. We have not slept through the night since. I'm so sorry. We had no choice. We never...
Something's wrong. These are not curses.
The Order is surely behind this.
The Order.
Yeah, there we go.
Sounds a little more oppressive than the Templars.
Right. Yeah, I definitely like the way that she looks in her animation. And then, yeah, here's the eagle. You can just pop this open at any time. It's like up on the D-pad.
This reminds me of Far Cry Primal a little bit. You had your owl
Right.
you could send out.
Yeah, they aren't shying away from calling it a drone at all. It's kind of funny. And especially this mechanic. This is the part that weirds me out a little bit. It's just like, we're just going to stop and look around. Although, I mean, to be fair, like, yeah, trying to do that and adjust moving around would be kind of annoying. I'm curious. I didn't experiment with it, but I'm curious, like, what kind of range you get with the eagle. So now this this base or whatever, I went in there once before this and got myself killed because I didn't bother experimenting with combat first. So I'd killed some people from afar, and then I was like, oh, what buttons do what? How do I fight people again? I haven't played this game for 3 months. But this is pretty cool here. Watch when I'm using the multi-arrows, but here's the single arrow. So you see exactly whether or not you're going to get an insta-kill. They show you exactly how much health it's going to take off of their health bar. So do a lot of...
Well, so far, so good of you for not knowing what you're doing, Blood.
One thing about this arrow, though, is it feels more like Assassin's Creed to me than some of the more modern games that we've had lately. Reminds me more of the original.
We will send a dog to lick them for you.
Numbers over their heads.
Not feeling it?
So it doesn't really bother me that much, but
It's
like,
got
when I think
when
about
you see
it,
that go up to 900, woo, you know. And all the bricks are convenient. They're all just pretty easy handholds.
But yeah, and that was the other thing with the first attempt on this. Like, I practically ran in there without taking out that many guys, and so I was just surrounded. So being surrounded and not remembering how to fight people, it's not a good combo. But yeah, I think I'll probably prefer to do more stealthy stuff like this.
So did you get in trouble when everybody swarmed you, or the more people you take out going in, the less people you have to fight later on?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you Pantrates?
I am. Praise the gods for bringing a strong warrior to save me.
You are injured. I will carry you home.
So yeah, here I get into a little bit of trouble just because, again, not knowing the controls. I'm like, how do I put you down? I need to put you down. Nope.
That's one way. Oh, he stays on you when you get hit.
We must get you up.
Yeah, I ended up pulling out the bow. That's how I did it. Alright, and now we can get some combat. There's a good parry there. So it's basically a light attack and then a heavy and then another light. Although with that thing, nothing looks like a light attack.
Yeah. Did you favor that weapon, or was that just the first thing you found?
That was the first thing that I had equipped by default. You'll see here in a second. I'll switch it up in a bit.
Here is my house. Before we go inside, let us speak. I prefer to spare my sisters the ugliest details of my story.
Of course.
The man who ordered my abduction is a priest of Anubis at the Great Temple.
A priest in Pasharemta's circle. How can I find him?
So yeah, this lizard guy is like, know him right away.
The Order and the Lizard, we have enemies.
He is marked.
Pantratis! Are you hurt? Did they mistreat you?
They kept me tied up, fed me little but crusts of bread fit for beggars.
So,
This is the lizard's work. And so I must stain my hands with another priest's blood.
the Order is everywhere. To protect Egypt, I would kill 1,000 priests. You and I are pledged to violence. Now. And always.
Hey, whatever keeps them together, you know? Whatever works. Just make it work for your relationship.
Pasharemta should know of this.
He waits at the palace. I have horses for us nearby. The queen is about to speak. Let's go and listen.
So I feel like that's a demo shortcut. We probably would have gotten on the horses and gone there.
Ah. So that was kind of like the one shot you had to do an actual story mission, then everything else was just open-ended.
Oh yeah, it's Cleopatra.
As they rule, the gods curse our land, withholding the river's floods. But as the living goddess ascends the throne, the waters will rise again. Through me, Memphis shines as rubies set in gold. Through me, Egypt triumphs!
They don't seem into it.
Right.
They weren't even listening to her.
Some of them. Yeah, it's like they're on this weird line. It's like, are they happy or angry?
I cannot lose them. They must know my voice is that of the goddess.
Backstage with Cleopatra.
Yeah.
My queen,
The Apis bull persists in ailing.
we have found the cause of his sickness. He was poisoned.
Who did this?
The twin priestesses.
Have them boiled to death inside a bronze bull.
Goddess, no.
They were coerced. Their brother was kidnapped by a priest of Anubis with a blue scarf and a cough.
Hetepi? But he is amongst my closest advisors.
Those living in one's shadow are the least worthy of trust.
If even Hetepi is against me.
Your wife and child were threatened by him, but now they are safe. We can overcome this.
The priests of Anubis will be conducting rites in the great temple. Look for their masks.
My blade will serve as well as his.
No, that's me.
I care not who kills the priest. Let it be done before we head to Heraklion in the north.
Wait. Tanun the Father breathes strength into your arm.
And there we go. That's about all the story we get out of there. But the lizard's mask, that makes me remember, like, because I didn't see the trailer until after I'd played this. So there was that guy with the mask in there. So I wonder if that's him.
I enjoy that he just blessed you by a god or goddess, and then you walk 10 feet away and level up, and like, it's like
Right.
being blessed ain't nothing on leveling up.
Yeah, so here's our inventory screen here.
So I did not mess with this at all.
Yeah, look at all these weapons. It's like, oh, I didn't know I picked up all that. And yeah, so level 20 for this demo, so fair way into the game.
And then that's whatever horse, when you call a horse, whatever
Right.
horse shows up. Cool.
Yeah, and then having two bows is interesting.
That you can just automatically switch between when you want to.
Yeah.
I wonder if one's like poison or if one's like close range with a lot of spread, and there's another one that's just one arrow at a time but does a ton more damage.
Yeah, the two bows that I had equipped there, like one of them is the 5 arrows. Mm-hmm. And then the other one's just a regular straight shot. And then here's the big old skill tree. So, yeah, so now I'm just kind of wandering around looking for trouble.
Do you find trouble, Blood?
Oh, we're finding some trouble.
That's a pretty game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, trouble in the form of crocodiles.
On the front steps, Blood.
But yeah, I get some Far Cry vibes back from this with the looting all the feathers and leather and such.
I noticed you did like kind of the quick loot earlier when you were spying. You just kind of ran by somebody, and like Assassin's Creed, at least in my memory of it, looting has always taken a long time. You have to like go down and kind of pat them down.
Yeah, it's a little quicker because there's so much loot in this one. Here's the problem. I dragged him up with me, and now everyone's mad. But yeah, this is the other weapon. This is the twin blades.
Ooh.
So, after struggling with the big mace, it feels pretty good to get in here and just start chopping at dudes. Still not really comfortable with the system yet at this point. Because, so yeah, the light attacks is the right bumper, or R1. And then heavy attacks is R2. And then L1 is the to put up your shield there. And then you can parry with the B button.
So you're just kind of testing out combat here. Like, would you be this ruthless with guards in your actual playthrough, Blood?
Yeah, I probably would avoid getting into a fight with these guys, but I wasn't necessarily trying to get into a fight with them there either. It just kind of happened. But this, yeah, so this is one of the kind of the outposts kind of things. Enemy base.
So this is not a mission that you were assigned. This is just a place you stumbled across.
Right. Well, you can see them on the map. They're marked in red or whatever.
This is something like you can clear and then...
Yeah, clear the captain. I think you had to kill a captain and then somebody else. And then there's like 2 treasure chests in here. Yeah, there we go. There's the objectives.
It's nice that there's not a lot of rooftops in this town.
Oh, yeah.
There's some big open garden areas. It helps when you're scanning things.
Yeah, so this is something I didn't know about before, being able to harass guys with the eagle. So see, the eagle is up in his face.
Yeah. And that's on a cooldown, I would imagine. Can't be spamming that through the whole encounter.
Yeah, I just imagine this, only going to work against one guy at a time. And then, yeah, here, this is interesting thing with the oil pots they have around, so you can set up these traps. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have enough time in the demo to finish off this base, or to find the side mission. They told me about the side mission, but I wasn't exactly sure where it was.
Oil is it's like the BC equivalent of like the red gas drum in like most shooters.
Except here, yeah, you need to be able to ignite it.
So it's tricky in a demo for an Assassin's game because you want to show off as much as you can, but at the same time, you definitely have to specialize in like one or two things to be effective in that game.
And then with them changing up combat and everything, it's like getting in there. It's like, oh, okay, super clumsy right now.
So is that a turnoff for you? Is that a concern? That you didn't necessarily pick this up. Do you think you've maybe picked up prior Assassin's Creeds faster first jumping into them?
Sure. I mean, it's definitely better than Assassin's Creed's been.
There we go.
So,
okay.
it's like, it's.
You still think that after playing?
Yeah. I never completely understood the logic to how all of the, the back and forth was supposed to work in Assassin's Creed before. Just
the combat specifically.
Just that rock paper scissors mechanic they had going on. So this where it's like it's just very clear. It's like, okay, it's like, you can dodge, you can parry, you got light attacks, heavy attacks. Just about like really making that feel a little bit more natural in terms of when you're locking on to people and switching between characters and stuff like that.
2 people are manageable. 3's kind of pushing it. Like you really got it. Like it seemed like in the front there when all the guards were rushing at you, were kind of backed into the corner, so there wasn't a lot of room to move around. So
yeah, and I feel like that's hopefully it's something that they can continue to work on and develop, because to me, like, yeah, that's an assassin should be able to like hit that guy, then hit the guy behind him, and just kind of take on all sides, knock over the water bottle.
I think you and I, more than most others, I know Huber is excited hopeful about the Assassin's Creed franchise, but like from a review perspective, you and I definitely have had experience at Game Trailers. We have yet to review an Assassin's Creed game here at Easy Allies.
They took the year off.
So are you just kind of like hopeful and you think this will be great, or like what are the stakes here? Like how much you have invested in Assassin's Creed Origins?
I enjoy Assassin's Creed. I don't have like a lot invested in Assassin's Creed, I definitely think it'll be enjoyable. I don't know whether the story in terms of like I don't know whether they can get us back into the overall arching story. I feel like that hope is lost. But I do like seeing the interaction with the characters here. I think they're doing a pretty good job.
You seem intrigued by the wife character and just interesting to see how that develops.
All of that political stuff is going to play out between the 3 leaders and
just kind of the world, like seeing Cleopatra make a speech and like seeing like them revering this animal and how just the animal being sick is such a big deal, and seeing the temple that it's housed in, and the person like taking care of it, like all those slices of the world. I love it, and I love I got to admit, as much as I love towers, like I will happily take that bird as the concession of this, like this is how you are aware of everything around you. Like when you first get into an environment, this is how you like absorb it and see everything. So I'm totally fine with that. Will you be playing this? Is this on your?
On
your radar for this year?
So.
Cool.
I'll try to get to it this year for sure.
Well, then more opinions are coming, folks, from Easy Allies for Assassin's Creed Origins. Definitely an anticipated Ubisoft game, and a game I'm curious to see what the reactions are coming from the show as more people get a chance to check it out. But thank you for guiding us through the gameplay.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching, everybody.
Thank you.
Smack it!